Farming will teach you humility.
Going home in defeat. Let's see if this one will start. Apparently the answer to that question is no.
You don't choose it, it's handed to you, a little at a time.
Lost my air conditioner.
Broken machines.
It's not supposed to move that freely. I think it's going to rain for the next 3 days.
The right weather at the wrong
It's
time.
not even just frost, it's actually ice.
Bills showing up right on schedule. It'll remind you that you're not the one in charge, and all you can do is work with whatever the season decides to hand you. And this season has handed us a lot. With Gary retiring in a few weeks, I think about the generations before me and what it must have felt like when it became their turn. My grandfather certainly had years like this, probably worse. I mean, he farmed through the Great Depression.
God.
Different machines and different problems,
This is unreal what happened.
but I imagine the uncertainty felt about the same. Every time we finally put one problem behind us, another one pops up. Gary spent more time with wrenches than steering wheels this year. Breakdowns have cost us days. We had that little fire situation. And the weather don't give a shit. And the bills, they always know where to find you. That's farming. None of it's unusual. But when it all shows up at once, you start wondering if you made the right decision. Maybe today's the day things finally start to turn around. At least, that's what I'm hoping for.
This isn't going to end well.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Well, good morning from the highway on the way to John Deere to pick up bearings, get a hose made, and some WD-40 and some bolts.
A loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter.
This is just going to be a crazy day all the way around. We'll go ahead and dump this load on the truck, take the tractor up, and then I'm going to switch to Gary. Then he's going to go back and work on that head. We're going to at least try and keep one combine going if we can, provided it doesn't burn up. It would be amazing if we could get through this day without incidents. I haven't cut beans, or very many beans, in years. Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually working pretty well. The thing about doing beans, our setup here is it's always good looking with your neck crane down. So, well, I knew it wouldn't last forever. Yeah, I plugged up the head a little bit. It's about the only time you'll see me using gloves is handling beans because they got little stickers on them and they get broken off in your skin and hurt. Should have raised that reel up. Should push everything out. That should take care of it. There it goes. I'll push that back down where it was.
The header that I'm using here is a 216 Flex platform. John Deere came out with these in like 1976 or something. They were designed mainly for soybeans, but are used on all sorts of small grains. They called it a flex platform because the floor of it, where the blades are, bends and follows the contour of the ground. One of the drawbacks to these, however, is that as you cut, the plants tend to build up in the far corner until the auger finally grabs them and pulls them in. The problem with that is that it tends to make little clumps go through intermittently, and it causes a sort of surge instead of a constant, smooth flow.
Let's see how this bearing feels up here. It's no warmer than it was last time I felt it last round. Check the other side. That one feels good. Yeah, I don't know. Just keep going. Well, I've officially done, I don't even know how many rounds. Check that bearing, it's not getting any hotter. It's not getting any colder, but it's not getting any hotter. So at this point, I think we're kind of good, I think. One thing that has always driven me crazy about these flex heads is that you need to watch the ball to see how high you are up off the ground. Well, there's the ball out there, but that handrail on that platform blocks. So you're constantly looking on either side of that to see if you're on the ground or not. I'll be amazed if that thing actually works after cutting it out of the trees and everything. We actually got done with this field. I can't believe it. Now we have to just get everything on wheels. Actually, everything is on wheels, but we have to get it up to the co-op. Should take a couple of trips, but maybe we'll get moved over to the next field today. I don't know. But we're done with this field. It's good to be done with this one. Oh, it's pink outside this morning. Just hope things hold together. Go ahead and run a load of grain in. This should be the last load from this field, unless it doesn't all fit on the truck. I really didn't leave much room between the trucks to fit this tractor and wagon. All right, we're ready to start this thing up and see if we can actually pick some beans with this row crop head. I apologize in advance for any ridiculous amount of cussing or anything that happens. Remember how low this is. The ball marker on this is not accurate, just like the other machine. Alright, let's see how we do. These are weedy. It's a very weedy field, so this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. I was putting beans in the machine so far. As soon as I said that, it quit. One whole side quit. God damn it. Oh, this is going to be an aggravating day. Back the fucking thing off already. I haven't gone 100 feet yet. This head is always very fickle, so it'll take me a minute to figure it out. If you have everything adjusted right, they should just kind of walk up there. It'll look like they're marching into the machine. And this thing doesn't cut all the way down to the ground like the flex head does. It leaves sharp, pokey stems hanging out. It seems like the left side here is the weak side of the machine. It's not doing too bad for having trees going through the middle of it a couple days ago. I was surprised we could even move it. See how high I am off the ground. It's really hard to tell. When I was a kid, it was a dream of mine to run this farm. I didn't think that would ever happen.
I've said it before. Sitting in the cab all day gives you lots of time to think. Maybe it sounds a little cheesy, but when I was a kid, all I wanted was to be like my grandfather and farm this land. As I got older, that dream felt like it had slipped away. Gary was farming with Grandpa, my mother moved me to North Dakota and later to Minnesota. Life carried me down a different road. So despite the frustration I get from operating our 40-year-old equipment, sitting here in the same combine with the same head on it today, knowing I'm the 5th generation to work this ground, it fills me with a kind of pride that's hard to put into words. Somewhere inside me, that little boy who dreamed of being a farmer never really gave up. Somehow, against all odds, he made it back. It's impossible for me to harvest these fields without thinking about my grandfather. I can still picture him in that International Harvester 403, stopping after dark to pour gasoline from heavy metal cans into the tank. Frost settling in, Milo dust hanging in the air, sticking to your skin and making you itch for hours. Just trying to finish one more pass before calling it a night. Every acre reminds me of the generations before me, and I'm grateful they left a path for me to follow. One that somehow led me back to this very combine, in these very fields, chasing the same dream that little boy had all those years ago. Every pass across these fields feels a little like coming home.
Every generation just hopes to leave the next generation just a little bit of something to tie into the farm. That farming changes every generation.
I don't know, this doesn't mean much to anyone else, but it means a lot to me thinking about it. Left side plugged up, just gotta go down there and use a crescent wrench, back the machine off, spit all that crap out. Down and back, and it went fairly well, I guess. Fairly well. Kind of sweet having two old 6620s out here running. He's running the old reel ahead. But yeah, they're real crap. Yeah. On top of not being able to see how high I am off the ground, the speedometer has done that little deal where it just doesn't want to work for a couple hours. According to this, I'm going 0.6 of a mile an hour. Check this out. There's two bald eagles sitting up there on that post. The weather's really clouding up. Well, guess what? We clogged again. And the damn problem is this poly broke loose. So it's basically shoveling and picking up shit and throwing it up in there. Then it gets between these belts down there, and then it just makes a bunch of resistance. The only way to get that out is to back the machine off. The only way to back the machine off is to pull in that belt up there. Unfortunately, since this machine has had issues in the past, the clutch is bolted together with the engine. So when you pull on that belt, you're essentially trying to turn the whole damn machine. I've done it about 5-6 times today, and I don't have the energy. When I put the wrench on there, I could hang from that wrench and it wouldn't move. Oh. There's no real good way to get this out of here. I'll show you what it looks like underneath. There's that star blade I was talking about, when all this crap gets in there and you can't get it out. And I've already been digging on this thing for about 10 minutes before I even turned the camera on. Yeah, God. We are never gonna get this damn thing done. You run for 40 minutes and then you spend 20 minutes unplugging the fucking head. And you run for 20 minutes and you spend another 20 minutes unplugging the fucking head. Absurd. God. If the separator worked right, this wouldn't be nearly as, I mean, it'd be a pain in the ass, but not this much of a pain in the ass. Try and pull the wheel again. All that pulling and it moved this belt about an inch. Try and break it up, maybe. God, I'd rather nail my nuts to a fucking barn door than deal with this bullshit. It'll clear the stuff out from underneath there. There, pushed a bunch out. A little more. I think we got it. I fought with that row for like 30 minutes. I can't physically pull on that belt any longer. This year is absolutely exhausting. Every little thing is a major fucking ordeal. I just can't. Just obnoxious. Every little thing. And even just minuscule things. Things that should be no big deal ended up being, you know, an 8-hour debacle somehow.
It was hard to keep my head up today. Sentiment doesn't keep machines running, and unfortunately getting pissed and throwing things doesn't help. I doubt any of my grandfather's harvests were easy, but my patience for setbacks is about gone.
When I first started farming, I used to drive horses. Well, then we started driving tractors. And there's not too many generations that have probably seen that big a change. When I decided to farm, it was back in the 30s. And of course, in the 30s, it was kind of a drought year, and there was no jobs or anything. So I decided, well, I'd just go into farming. So I stayed on the farm, and I farmed all during the 30s and 40s and 50s. And I got to like the lifestyle. I liked the livestock, and I liked the open country. Every generation just hopes to leave the next generation just a little bit of something to tie into the farm. That farming changes every generation.
There's rain on the way, so maybe that'll give me a chance to get some of these issues remedied. Fix what's broke, climb back into the seat, and keep going. That's what farmers do. That's what my grandfather did.